Happy New Year's, everyone. I'm back with another one. And this topic, tonight, will be on Mr. and Mrs. LaTruth. I'm coming to talk about them again because I've come to realize that Mrs. LaTruth isn't the truth at all. I was one of the people that were riding with her, had her back full-heartedly, because I myself was once a domestic violence victim. I don't play about domestic violence at all. It's rather sad on both of their ends, actually, not saying that he's right in any way, but she has to take accountability for her own actions in the demise of her marriage. Not taking accountability and then having a but behind it to justify what you're saying, because that's not taking accountability. You're still playing the blame game and meaning this is why I did this, because no, you did it as a grown woman because you knew what you were doing. You wanted to ruin your husband. You were working on emotions. You weren't moving with the same mind at that time. And the interview that you did tonight with Marriage and Mirage was totally ridiculous. You are one of the best actress I've ever seen. You need to go to school for acting and really take it seriously and use it as a profession, because you know how to turn it on and turn it off real fast and real good. And people like you are dangerous. Your husband keep messing with you, he would wind up somewhere behind bars under the jail for being framed for things, or you guys are going to end up killing each other. And that's no joke nor a game. I'm sorry that I'm coming to you like this if you ever hear this video, but I have to be transparent about this situation and totally honest. You show us and tell us that you don't want anything else to do with him. It's over, all this self-love and all this healing, when behind the scenes, you're begging to be with him pretty much. You're wanting to still be with him, and that's your personal business. You love your husband. But don't come out to the public and pull on our heartstrings when you know that what you're telling us and showing us is further from the truth. It's farthest from the truth. Nowhere near it. You know, because you still wouldn't be wanting to try to go over and sleep with your husband if you were truly done with them. You would have some kind of self-control. Talking about his family, but then being recorded and dogging him out as well. Then his brother records you showing how you're sitting around there begging and wanting him to pretty much help pull you guys back together. You were wrong for putting his daughter into this nonsense, because that was division, and that was not of God. You wanted to manipulate that young lady to be on your side and your team to make you look good, but at what cost? Having issues with her father, whether or not she got a spanking before, whatever he did to her. Sometimes these kids need it. I'm gonna be honest. Not to say she did, but that is her father. You wouldn't want anybody turning your children against you for any type of reason. So you were totally wrong there. That was total manipulation. And then to hear that you don't even talk to the young lady pretty much at all anymore, sad. Sad, Brianna. Totally sad. But I'm addressing this because after over the time, these past 3-4 months of watching you, you are so phony. You are so fake. And you need to change that because you're a beautiful woman. And that's not a good look at all. It's not a good look at all. You're trying to run up a bag and run up a bag at the cost of somebody else's integrity and character. And that person happens to be your husband at that. So I say this to say you are in counseling, as you say, and you need to stay in counseling. Because in honest reality, you need help. You have some issues. And stop blaming everything on your mother. Because when you did that video saying my mother is dead and gone, and some of you on here act like you're my mother, that was so insensitive. Everyone knows your mother is deceased, but to just say she's dead and gone, come on now. That is not what's driving you still to this day. You still may grieve. We can never tell someone how to grieve and how long to grieve. But that was totally insensitive. So I'm saying that, in my opinion, I mean, others might disagree, you aren't right just as well as he isn't right. And for the sake of your children, you need to clear this mess up and walk right. Whether you guys get back together or not, that's y'all personal business. You make your bed, you have to lay in your bed. We can't make any decisions for you. We can only give you advice and try to support you. But how can someone support a person when they're phony? That brings me back to when you were on the bed and telling the police that the man had a gun and that he was chasing you through the house. And he wasn't chasing you anywhere. He was recording you and never followed you down the steps. But you could have gotten your husband killed that day if they would have stormed in that house and shot him dead, believing that he was a threat to you, your children, your father, or even to them. And that's not worth it. That's not worth it at all. You know, if you wanted to leave, just leave. It didn't take all of that. And so now this stuff has still been lingering on for 3-4 months. And tonight you had the best acting skills yet. And you did not give him an option to finish what he wanted to say to you, because as soon as he started pointing out your flaws about saying things about his family, the things you have done, you hung up. You got off of the live. Now, if that doesn't show guilt or not, I don't know what else will. Because you didn't want us to see the display of the things that you have been doing as well. You take this and run with it, walk with it. You ain't even got to care about it. But my whole reason for coming is because domestic violence is nothing to play about. Nothing at all. And stop coming and 1 minute you're praising the man and you love him and all this, in which I believe you do. You've been together 6 years. That's your husband. But then you turn around and go, and if something doesn't go your way, you're bashing the man. When you can just totally move in silence. No one has to know what's going on behind the scene. If you would move in silence and stop pulling everyone in your personal business. So once again, I say this to say that this is a new year, 2023, and we all got issues that we need to work out. You're not by yourself. But the thing is, we need to work on them. And so, like I say, you need to stay in counseling and work on yourself. Work on yourself. And stop trying to fool the public for the sake of a dollar. Because that's how you lose good people like myself that truly supported you and want to see you win and be the best you. Don't preach self-love and healing when you're not even doing it yourself. That's hypocritical. But I will leave that right there. And Happy New Year's to my supporters. I will be coming back with more content. Like I said, I don't want to drown my channel down with nothing but negativity. So I've been gone trying to figure out what I can do, how I can do it, to revamp my channel, to make it more positive, like the name is, all about positivity. Whether it be celebrity news, whether it be reviews on TV shows, reactions to TV shows, or, you know, something that is not part of this messy sector. Because none of this is of God, I'm telling you. You know, it's not of God. This ain't nothing but evil stuff that's going on around on the YouTube streets and in these different sectors. And this used to be a place of peace and safety away from all the other social media sites that were full of drama and messiness. But now YouTube is just like the rest of them. But I want to be one person that can be part of the change, because there's so much other things going on in the world that we could talk about other than all this mess that's going on. I will still be doing some reaction on things that I see that I know is totally distasteful. I will truly be reacting on them, but it's whenever it's in my spirit, because I don't want low vibration conversations to bring my spirit down in any kind of way. Well, thank you to all my supporters that are still rocking with me. Hang on in there with me. We're going to grow and get better in time. I thank you, and I truly appreciate you all. You have a blessed night. Rest well. And the rest of this week, let it be a prosperous one for you. And once again, Happy New Year.